given credit in the round for a 7-2 edge in power connects. So a mini comeback for Hopkins after our judge, Harold Lederman, had given the three preceding rounds to Taylor. Lederman gave that round to Taylor, too. Just as was the case in the first fight, Jermaine Taylor is building a working margin, at least on the unofficial scorecard of Harold Lederman.
But he's getting over anxious right now. He's really itching to land a big punch here, and this may not work to his advantage. Hopkins is much too smart to get overconfident or over anxious with.
Do you think there's any chance, because of his physical strength and vibrancy, that Jermaine Taylor could knock Bernard Hopkins out? Or is Hopkins, because of his fighting style, virtually knockout-proof?
Oh, no, he can knock him out, but he's so anxious and he's trying so hard to punch so hard until it's much easier for Bernard Hopkins to see the punches coming.
Hopkins gets in a right and a left after Taylor clocked him to the left, and Jermaine fights back this time with 2 left hooks inside.
But Jermaine has a cut on the ridge of his nose from that right hand.
Well, he has a spot of blood on the ridge of his nose, and he stops Hopkins in his track with a jab.
Now, that was a jab that had the power of a right hand. That was about as stiff a jab as you're going to see.
And it sets up a very aggressive right hand by Taylor. And Hopkins has to be a little wary right now as the kid is getting very rambunctious in front of him. Once again, as Roy Jones points out, Taylor will create opportunities for Hopkins if he's trying to think of a big punch.
And that's what Hopkins is waiting for.
Good jab by Hopkins. Taylor shakes his head as if to say, all right, you got me. Good jab by Taylor. Another good jab by Taylor. Hopkins is learning to be wary of the Taylor jab. Gets Hopkins off balance against the ropes and lands a right hand.
Good right hand. I don't think he had much conviction on it, but it was a good punch.
You know, I think there's a certain nervous energy about Hopkins in this fight. We've seen him off balance, throwing wild punches, much more than is his custom.
Not at the beginning of the fight, but no question now. Jermaine Taylor has gotten the jab out of its bag. He is landing it with much greater frequency than was the case in the first fight. Hopkins probably expected that could happen.
There's that straight right hand again that Bernard Hopkins lands once Jermaine Taylor is stationary.
Stop. Let go, please. Thank you very much. Now we can box.
Tactical fight, the kind of fight Hopkins has been winning routinely for years throughout his career. But Jermaine Taylor is a far better athlete than most of the guys Hopkins erased in his career.
He's a better athlete, but his skill level still has a long ways to go.
Sure. Technically, there's no way he's as good as Bernard. Lively round. One of the best they've fought.
All right? Do not let him steal this thing, X. Fire down that hole. When he dives in with that stretch, I need you to fire down. You understand me? Do not let him steal this, X.
7th round coming up, Danny.
He's going to try to fight now, X. These are the rounds he saved.
Still get the ability to sneak that damn right in there. A real good disciplined jab and do some stuff off it. Show it, make him look bad now. He's starting to get a little tired. Come to your little angles.
Here you see Bernard Hopkins land a beautiful left hook to the right behind the ear of Jermaine Taylor. Then Jermaine Taylor comes back with one of those great jabs of his own. And to me, that is his best and most effective punch.
And Taylor's jab was the story of that round. He landed 11 out of 22, 16 to 39 punches overall. Statistically, it's by far the best round he's fought against Bernard Hopkins. We're into the 7th, Harold. How do you have it?
Okay, Jim. 5 rounds to 1, 59, 55, Jermaine Taylor. Jim, I just think the bigger guy is landing the stronger, harder shots, and that's what it comes down to. I see something that's very, very strange, Jim. Bernard Hopkins, when he throws a left jab, even that right hand, after the punch, always looks down. I don't know why. He hasn't been doubling anything. It seems to me as if he's almost looking towards the camera so he won't get hit with something over the top.
I have it a much closer fight. I have it 3 rounds to 2 and for Taylor and 1 even.
Hopkins just landed that beautiful straight right hand again. And Harold, the reason he's ducking after the punches is because he's looking for a counter punch by Jermaine Taylor. So he's trying to keep his chin down after he throws a big punch.
Now Now, this may be a huge mistake, but increasingly, Jermaine Taylor wants to trade with Bernard Hopkins. He's feeling his oats in there. He thinks, as Harold Letterman said, that he's the stronger man. It's clear in the way he's fighting.
He's the stronger man, but I'd rather take wisdom over power any day.
Jermaine, your whole shot. Hey, stop. Once you grab his head, we got to let go here.
You and most ringside experts, for sure. Although with the betting public, it was seen as an even fight. Good left hook by Hopkins.
Stop. You're doing the holding here.
Nady looking at Taylor when he says you're doing the holding. Straight right hand lands for Hopkins quick.
You're holding. You can't hold and hit.
And Jermaine better do something pretty quickly here to throw Hopkins off, because Hopkins is using his head and beginning to get to Jermaine more frequently, and I don't think that's good for Jermaine Taylor.
Jermaine tried with 3 straight 1-2 combinations. In every instance, he landed or partially landed the jab and missed with the right hand.
Now there's some blood, I believe, on the bridge of Hopkins' nose.
And I'm not sure that the blood that was on Taylor's nose earlier was his.
I don't think it was.
There you go. Fire in the hole. Right there, baby. Stay there. Stay there.
Bernard Hopkins has certainly expended more energy in the first 6 or 7 rounds here than was the case in the last fight. Can he be as strong down the stretch? Taylor's corner doesn't think so. They believe he really is 40.
I know he's 40, but I think he'll be just as strong down the stretch. He seems more fluent right now. He seems to be more in the fight than Taylor is right now, and I think Hopkins is actually controlling the tempo of the fight right now.
Thank you.
I'm gonna hold you, X. He's playing defensive posture. I cannot pull, though. When he attacks, I cannot pull. I must stand in. Step up in the pocket like a quarterback, baby, and fire. Step up in the pocket. I need you 10 yards down. Fire it. You understand me?
You understand? But when you do this, he gets and he steals little angles, make him look bad, pick him apart. When he drops down, where are we gonna go? Yeah. Casey.
And here, once again, you see Hopkins moving. You see his hands up and down, his head moving a little left, a little right, then he sneaks in with the straight right hand. Jermaine Taylor doesn't have a chance to move, and you see Hopkins keeping that head down so that he doesn't get caught with a counter punch.
CompuBox